gosh, we might have done it. We might have done it. With the exception of, holy shit. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel Poison Fog Gaming, and this is video 2 of 2 of a city fix, Rockdale, sent in to Steam Workshop by Codifly. And this video is almost in 2 different parts. First one is lots of little speed builds. You can see here we are creating a new train line. It will attach to the existing train line, but part 1 is certainly just a few clips of shorter builds with me talking in between, or some music if I run out of words. And then the second half is more of a live play, whereby I am trying to commentate on what I'm doing while I'm doing it. And that is where we have the finale of the city being, in my own words, fixed. So do keep watching if that style of video is for you, or skip ahead. There's around about 15 minutes of this. So the whole theory here with the train stations are to improve the public transport network. Train stations also give another branch over the highway, and then you'll see here the 2-lane roads. I almost wanted this to act as a ring road, lots of industry and train connection access. Not as heavily used as I'd like, but we still get there in the end regardless. So the train stations, as you can see, not an awful lot of room, and we do have to do various height elevations to get through, but there is enough room. And as I say, it's a very essential service, I believe, to reduce the number of personal vehicles on the city's roads. And of course we make a lot of changes, which means we need to keep the city happiness up as well. Another very good tactic I've used for reducing the number of cars on the roads is made the grid smaller. In my opinion, these big grids are just no good. The more options you have and the more different ways to travel through the city means the less clogged one specific road is going to be. Similar theory with the bus lines as well. We've put the train line in, so we're just going to service the train stations with buses, and we're going to get rid of all these unnecessary buses on the road. The budget for buses was up 150%. There was a few stops needed removed and replaced, but we just went for this industrial fix and completely revamped the transport system from a Boston train perspective. Also, bringing this grid down a little bit means we could reduce the number of junctions on the main road and justify a bus going through the busy area a little bit more so than we did previously. And of course, this is probably one of my favourite parts of the city, the pedestrian bridges. Yes, I'm using a mod to put them in. You wouldn't have to do it yourself if you didn't want to, but to get the people off the junctions, I mean the cars can obviously flow a little bit easier. And that big road through the middle, we're almost treating that as a highway. So from a safety point of view and a realism sense, you wouldn't really want pedestrians crossing that road if we could help it. So in this area down here, you will notice we are creating a one-way system for some cargo train stations. And of course we have a lot of moving buildings as well. To get to the train station, we put another arterial road right through the middle of the busy area. We de-zoned the sides so that buildings are only built on the side roads, not the main road itself. And that road has now very easy access to the highway, so the highway can get to the train station and vice versa. Lots of flow traffic between. We have also now decided to revamp this junction connecting both these land masses, because of course we want the industrial section here to also have fantastic access to the train station, or the cargo station that we've just built. And of course, if we're going to do things like that, we need to join it up with an arterial that's not going to get overloaded like a single one-way street with roads and buildings on each side are causing. Paths on the side, they simply help to de-zone or remove the zoning squares from where we want them to not be, so the buildings stay large on the side streets. And of course, what use would our either arterial, collector or ring road be if it didn't have lots of connections so that you could get to it nice and easily? This 2-lane avenue should have a slightly higher speed than all these internal roads, so ideally we want the cars to come out and use the slightly more expressway type road to get to and from their destinations. So this area here is just crying out for another way to cross the highway, as well as getting a proper junction. As you can see, just slightly to the bottom of the screen now, a little bit off screen. You just saw it there as the camera rotated. It's just slip roads on and off straight into the city, which is no use. We're making this area more industrial, more practical, with a more substantial junction that can take a serious flow of traffic. So there's no point in just leaving a tiny little road running straight into the city. And of course, as you're about to see, we incorporate a cargo train station in this build as well. Not that this series is about the appearance of anything that I do, it is purely a functional fix. I really do actually like how this junction worked out and how this area could actually be expanded for more industry in the future. Lots more crossovers and links to different parts of the city. here the train stations, you'll see all the train stations I've put in. I've not just put them straight on a road, I've taken them back a little bit and offset them so that cars don't need to block a road as and when they come to and from the train station. And of course this road that I'm putting in here is because I'm about to put a train station on the end, and we just need access to and from it. Modes of transport are they're key really to moving people around the city, and you don't just stick to one. You know, you will transfer from a car to a train to a bus, whatever it may be. So you need access to different types of networks. This city of course makes extensive use of the metro, as well as now the train and buses, and of course we have cars. So there's been an awful lot of fixes here. A lot of this has been done on pause as to not let the city be destroyed, just while I unpause the game and build a lot of things that aren't necessarily focusing on traffic. The city does become very profitable by the end of this, so don't think that I've bankrupted the city in any way. We simply needed to do an awful lot of infrastructure at once in order to make the city fully functioning. Here, in addition to all the other types of public transport we have new ways for cargo to come in. We've done it by water and by rail and by truck. So we need all three of those facilities to work together with easy access to each other. And of course, when replacing things like our cargo train stations, it's important to remember that they service both commercial areas and the industrial areas. And that is why you have seen them going into the town and sometimes switching what side of the city they connect to. But they do need to access a lot of the different areas. So this is coming up to the end of the sort of post-production voiceover once I've finished this junction here leading to the cargo station. The next time you hear my voice, it is going to be as I am currently playing the game, giving my thoughts. Please give me your feedback and tell me what sort of style you prefer, or if it is content specific. I would be happy to hear from you in the comments. So enjoy the rest of the video. We are going to play the city now and see just what effect all of these changes are going to make, if any at all. And if they are positive changes, then quite simply it makes the video. If not, I give up and cry in a little ball somewhere. Now, I'm not for a second suggesting that everything is complete at this stage, but I am suggesting that things are now workable. And first thing of things being workable is get rid of that road there and turn this into a large one-way about. Go back into our traffic manager, set up priority signs, We're also going to go into our change lane arrows and disallow left-hand turns there. There is no point doing a U-turn, not there. Here it looks like we need to tell people to keep into their own lane. I don't know if that's because it's an ambulance or other, but that certainly doesn't seem to help. We also need to allow these cars priority through, because otherwise this backs up. So you get the priority, everyone else waits on yourselves. This definitely seems to be my big problem area at the moment. Getting this area cleared. Let's take a better look at why you are not clearing this. Oh, this underground roundabout. It may come out, this roundabout. Yep, I don't like it. I would much rather it was above ground and visible. Oh, balls have broken the highway. Right, let's come out of that view and quickly repair the highway. That will do. And I'm not convinced I am loving this roll around the top either. I'd much rather see all these vehicles go around the big 6-way one-way about that we have literally just created. It may be that we have to do our own crossings over here. Oh dear, I'm sure this traffic is just getting worse and worse. We have problems in many places. Right, problems here. Okay, we do not want people to be turning left and right. Oh, we've got another underground tunnel. Right, we're going to piss on that fire just like we did with the last underground tunnel. Because I cannot see it, therefore I cannot accurately judge how things are going to go. So if we disperse everything round here, does that fix our problem in this area? And by the looks of things, so far, yes. Except they're all now coming to this underground tunnel. So far it's quieter. We are starting to clear the roundabout, which is positive. Okay, so this is now hopefully starting to clear. It would be nice if they all got into their lane sooner. That's what we want. They're lane adjusting back here. Okay, that's flowing. Blockage cleared. We still have a blockage over here. That would be appreciated, I think, by most if we had more lanes. Right here. and people would know if they were coming on or off. Same for here, although we're blocked by a building. Okay, I'm going to try a minor adjustment here. We're going to take that out, and we're going to add this in. But we're going to add it from this junction here if we can. Which then means we can downgrade this. So we now have appropriate lanes. Doing a little bit of lane management in all of these areas. Make sure people are going to be in the lanes they want to be in. We have flow again. If that continues to work, this will slowly fizzle through. I think it is time to take out this little spur though. Let's just have the traffic come one at a time and filter. Oh, we have a big lane change there, that's annoying. Actually going to try one other thing now. I'm going to insist that this road can only turn right. So if they went on the one way about, it's up here and then join. And we also have an abundance of cars struggling around here with everyone wanting to come down, everyone wanting to come this way, everyone wanting to come all the way to here. Which means these guys do want another crossover. Right, what would be a smart way? To make cars come across here. Right, I think I have my solution now. We're going to do another large one-way about. We're also going to delete this road. Bring this up. Hopefully over. This is going to be a hell of a squeeze, but it will work. Right, so these cars can now come in. Everything here is going to be on a one-way about. It's not what I'm looking for, I want this. Oh, I might have to turn this into a roundabout manually. That said, let's just see how it goes. Play the game. We give way if you're already on. Oh, wait a minute, one of my roads is round back to front. That is why that didn't work. Will you recognise it as a roundabout now? You will. Down here we have another absolute choke. Some cars are starting to use this. Might put in a pedestrian path over here. See if that maybe encourages some people to ditch the car and walk. 2 people already doing so. In here we really need to get rid of these traffic lights. You give way, you give way. If you're coming in off the highway, you just go. And we're going to simplify this. We're going to have one way in and one way out. I might insist that you turn right here. I think that might be the solution. See this road here, you can go right or right. I wonder if I can build a pedestrian path over this. It's not a very neat one, but it will... Oh no, let's change that. Try again. That'll do. We can also turn off the pedestrians from crossing here. And tell the cars just to fire in. We also have zero reason at all for this to be 3 lanes. I'm going to scale this one down also. That path was doing nothing anyway. Right, coming up here, we're going to create... Oh dear, this is still a mess. Path is being very well utilised, however. Let's take a look at our figures. 35% did get slightly better. We still got cars coming in here. That got moved a long time ago. That's been moved up here. Right, one way to try and fix this is to put in a waiting / slip lane, and that can be put in from quite far back. And of course we will insist they stay in their lane once they have chosen. I don't think I like that one. Okay, we're finally solving this issue. Okay, this whole backup is now clearing, that is good. 37 and rising. Yes, we like this. We like this. Just noticed some 3-lane roads going to 3-lane roads after a turn off we can fix. This highway is very backed up, but I'm hopeful it is clearing in front of our very eyes. Maybe not coming this way. This is still an issue. Okay, here we have another opportunity to put in a one-way square. Let's get rid of the overlay. And we'll set up some priorities. Even another opportunity to make some bridges over the junctions. Which would allow us to tell the cars just to crack on in. Although it appears to have already told them to do that. I wonder if the prop line tool does that. That's food for thought. That'd be good if it did. Of course, they are struggling to leave as well. A lot of cars wanting to come down this road. Yes, it's a problem, I think, that we don't have through roads here. It means there's an awful lot of right-hand traffic here. Okay, I like that. I think the solution here is smaller grids, thus more choices for every motorist. I'm just now wondering if we only have two crossings if you include the highway. Few more crossings over this area may not go amiss. Okay, where are we going to connect these two? We'll take one into here. And another, if we can get the height, into here. Something's going on with these roads. I don't know what it is. Alright, there's no reason that shouldn't build. What on earth? same. There's no reason that shouldn't build. What in the good buggery is wrong with you? Come on. There we go. Now, I just want to see if that is going to provoke any traffic to come down this way. And possibly reduce the pressure here. Some are. It's not a lot yet, but it may develop over time, so I'm going the other way as well. Oh, that's good. If this remains a persistent problem, we have to take that out and do a proper junction with the only landmass available being up here. But we might have done something. I think this is going to clear over time. It is starting to get better. I've also noticed this is 2 lanes coming in here, which means we've got another opportunity to 4-lane the approach and afford people a bypass. I think we'll do this by hand. Keep the outside lane in the outside, the middle lane out there, and this is a strictly turning off lane. If you don't want to turn off, do not be in it. And we'll let them change at this node here. And movement, finally. It's dawned on me we could make this one stage better. Turn this straight into a highway road. I understand it's 3 lanes. Then that means that's 1 lane for turning in each direction. Does that function? No, that means people are doing U-turns. We don't want that. Let's do it manually. You go that way. You go that way. And you can only go that way. Oh yes, that is glorious now. So this road now will be cleared in no time. Take a look at the statistics. 61%. We are getting somewhere. So this, yes, that's going to clear. That's going to clear all the way back up from this area. And as far as I can tell, this is still flowing eastbound. By gosh, we might have done it. We might have done it. With the exception of, holy shit. Other than giving this a snake to go through, we just cannot speed up how fast these vehicles are going to pop in here. At least not to my knowledge. So this literally has to be a waiting game unless there's another way to allow these cars out. For now though, all I can do is give them the lane to sit in. Shall we carry that up the way across the bridge? Not all the way, but a good portion of the way. We may have to tell these guys just to find another way out of the city. I'm not sure what way that would be from here. I imagine it would be over this... Yes, it would be over this bridge, down to this roundabout, and out. Oh, that in itself is also clogging. Let's get the road set up so people know which lane to be in. Didn't help. It looks like all of this traffic is trying to come to our dockyards. The other thing we can try and do is, do we put in a toll to make it more expensive? Or do we just put in a chicane? We need a road sponge. A spongy, shaky, snaky zigzag. Right, let's connect this up and give it a go. And that with the wrong road. Alright, we'll see if the snake deters anyone. I actually highly doubt it, if I'm honest. Equally, I don't know any other places I can put in a port that easily. The snake's done its job to clear the road, but as demand rises, I think this is an unknown. Oh, look at that. Oh, let's reconnect the electricity. Has that done the job? It has. This is just nuts. That's the road clogged again already. How do I get rid of that demand for that cargo hub? Where's my other cargo hub? Oh, you're a train station without water. Somehow. Right, where is my other cargo hub? It's down here. You are being very unused. Guess you're being used quite a bit for rail, but not with trucks. Could businesses get to you easier? So So we have industry over here. What if we gave you a direct link? Oh, I've noticed something else. This is one way. That might now allow this industry to use this hub also. Oh, we've got a lot of incoming now. Let's take my one-way road again. Connect you to here. And now we wait. My only theory is make this busier. As a consequence, this monstrosity becomes less busy. Oh wow. That one thing is going to break the city. Do we just need to delete that? If I delete that, do they just leave? Like, do they just drive away? So here's a second experiment. Turn off. Turn off and look at my city that was 62%. And that being the only blockage in it. Does this solve the problem? Let's put it on 3 speed and see. Do we now just have an influx of cars moving forward? I've turned it off and they're still going in. It's the solution to delete a road, and then all these cars delete. It is. So it was at 62% before we decided just not to use this as an export. Percentage is not moving. Are we creating other issues? Or are they all going to start using this now? So backlog of cars still pouring in here. They were obviously pre-programmed to come this way from so much further back along the highway. I don't know what that is. Okay. Did it affect my game? Not that I can see. Oh, this is mental. You can now start to see though some cars going ahead. I'm not sure when they were in the queue though. Oh, I've never seen anything as nuts as this before. That is the highway clearing. We have a new problem here, but it was caused by the original problem. As yet, no problems here. It would seem that this is being done via rail. Cars are just coming and suiciding into this snake. What I can safely say though, to myself, is we've saved the city. The city was dying to the point that people were going to mass evacuate / die and the economy was going to die. We now have a city sitting, well, with a rising traffic flow, 60 plus, rising population, rising treasury, with the only problem being that we can't ship out goods because we can't cram vehicles in there fast enough. Still vehicles making their way to the closed ferry dock that got closed sometime 2 years ago. %65%. It looks like this area is only just starting to free up. 66%. Fingers crossed this just gets better and better. So, oh, are my trains clogged up again? No. Oh no. Not clogged up there. Might just be a case of make this Y intersection a bit larger. Of course, this will be adding to my... yeah, it's just this area here for the trains. This will be adding to my low traffic percentage. Let's put it on the nice view. That should suffice there. I think that will do. Let's hope these trains sort themselves out. You can see the trains and the highway back up. And we can put it on our traffic flow view. Yeah, I think these trains are moving now. Right, I'm happy enough with the trains. This is what I'm not too happy with. Well, it does appear to be flowing. Remember, all this was backed up. Almost gridlocked. If you haven't seen these cinematics before, have a look at the first video. Obviously this is part 2 of 1. And all of this was chock-a-block as well. Nice, clear roads, pleasant place to live. Burnt down building in the middle of the road. Oh, the difference is night and day. I don't know if you remember all this. This one's going to take us right the way down the highway. The highway that was backed up so badly. That's the vanilla intersection outside of our city. Could edit it if I bought a new tile, although I still have confidence this is going to clear. Yes, up there was completely blocked. And do we remember the train lines that just did not move? Busy, but moving. So there we have it, ladies and gents. I am going to call this a day. Average traffic flow 67-ish, but the city is stable. And that's the goal. No city is perfect. This city is functioning, making money, and well, look at the treasury thriving, we could say. We got it at 101,000 population. I think we're going to get back there fairly soon. But ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you have enjoyed watching this city fix. Please do like, share, subscribe, comment, suggest other cities to fix. But for me, ta-ra.